This is going to be a short video on how to program the Kenwood D-74 memory channels to work with the Pi-Star Raspberry Pi and the DVAP. I've got a 2-meter DVAP here that I had a terrible time. I had no problem installing the Raspberry or the Pi-Star on the Raspberry Pi. There's good documentation on the net on how to install D-Star on the Raspberry Pi, so I'm not going to go in on how to what the installation procedure is for that. However, what really gave me a headache and took me a long time was trying to figure out exactly how to configure the channels on the Kenwood D-74. So basically what I'm going to do is give you just a real brief screenshot here of what I've got programmed into the D-74 now. Now I've got the DVAP I originally had on Windows, and the DVAP software that comes with or for Windows is this right up here, the top channel 51 through 62 here. That's the way I programmed it, and it needs to be programmed for the regular Windows software that is supposed to be used on the DVAP. And you can make a screenshot here if you like. It's this top bank, and we'll just scoot on over here to give you the rest of it, which there's not much. Note that the repeater call sign and 1 and repeater call sign 2 are left blank with the typical DVAP software for Windows. However, for the Kenwood D-74, it's a whole different story, and I was kind of trying to go with the original stuff, and it just wasn't working, and I couldn't find anything on the net or YouTube that would guide me through this. So basically what I've got now, or what we've got for the Kenwood D-74 here, is a working copy of how my D-74 is now programmed. Basically, this is all pretty straightforward. Has to be in DR mode. Basically, the names, tones, this is all pretty standard stuff. Where the meat of it comes in, where I was really having a lot of trouble, is configuring this portion of it right here. This was what was hard. So take a screenshot of this right here. This is what it takes to program the D-74 memory channels to work on Pi-Star on a Raspberry Pi. And if you program it exactly like this, it'll work just fine for the Kenwood D-74 with the DVAP. So basically now you've got two programmings if you're using the DVAP. You can go up, like I said previously here, to the original programming for the DVAP, or for the Pi-Star Raspberry Pi. This is what you need here. Now, I got this from Ernie. I finally gave up, and I had to cry for help on Reflector 14 Charlie, and Ernie came up and gave me his configuration. And so this is basically his configuration for the Raspberry Pi. It's this stuff right here, and he's using the zumspot, I believe it was. So the configuration is a little different for the zumspot, but if you're using a zumspot, here is the configuration you need right here. This center column, and take a screenshot of that if you want, and then we'll scoot on over here to the meat of his subject. And Ernie's call was W5NH, And he was a world of help to me. And Ernie, if you are watching this video, again, I really appreciate your help. It really gave me, put the wind in my sails, so to speak, for getting this final hurdle that I was stumbling on. So basically, this is Ernie's configuration right here for his zumspot with the Pi-Star and the Raspberry Pi. So there we have it. That you've got 3 different configurations, one for the regular DVAP software for Windows. Then we've got the Kenwood D-74 programming for the Raspberry Pi and Pi-Star. And then we've got Ernie's over here. So that's it. Hope this helps. I couldn't find it anywhere on the net, and I was pulling my hair out. Thanks for Ernie helping me out, and hopefully this video will help you out so that you won't have to jump through tons of hoops and speed bumps. Talk to you all later. N7RBP.